Constantinople. It is April 6, 1453, and Constantinople, the capital of the once mighty Byzantine Empire, is taking its last few breaths. At its gates stands an army of about 70,000 men, commanded by Sultan Mehmed II of the Ottoman Empire. The Byzantine Empire, under Emperor Constantine XI, was desperate. An eyewitness, Giacomo Tedaldi, suggests that its trained army numbered only about 6,000 to 8,000 men, perhaps as few as 7,000 to 10,000 defenders in total when including foreign allies and volunteers. Byzantium's only real allies were a few Italian city-states, with its main supporter being Genoa, which sent around 700 trained soldiers under the command of Giovanni Giustiniani Longo. So they had a good reason to be scared. Army size alone, however, was not the only reason Constantinople was doomed to fall. The Ottomans arrived with a massive artillery force of at most 70 cannons in total, which included one gigantic bombard nicknamed the Basilica. Historical sources vary slightly on its size, but it likely measured about 8.2 meters in length, weighed between 15 and 19 tons, and fired a single projectile of roughly 540 kilograms. The cannon could only fire 7 times a day, but its power was devastating. With such firepower, the Ottomans battered Europe's most formidable fortifications. The once impregnable Theodosian walls began to crumble under relentless bombardment, a kind of siege warfare the city had never faced before. In addition, the Ottomans fielded a formidable navy of roughly 80 to 100 vessels in total, including 31 larger warships and dozens of smaller boats. Through sheer ingenuity, Mehmed II even had about 70 ships hauled overland into the Golden Horn to bypass the massive chain defenses guarding the harbor. Meanwhile, the Byzantines had only 26 ships stationed in the Golden Horn, and just 10 of those actually belonged to Byzantium. The rest were provided by foreign allies and mercenaries. You may be asking yourself, what brought the once great Byzantine Empire to this desperate state? Here are some of the main reasons behind its decline. Constant struggles against Balkan neighbors, particularly against the First and Second Bulgarian empires. In addition, the costly though ultimately successful campaigns of Emperor Basil II, nicknamed the Bulgar Slayer, drained money from the Byzantine Empire. Repeated sieges. While the exact number depends on how one defines a siege, Constantinople endured numerous assaults over the centuries. These drastically reduced the city's population from about 400,000 in the 12th century to only about 40 to 50,000 by the 1450s. That's a staggering 90% decrease. Conflicts with the Roman Catholic West. Tensions between the Eastern and Western churches culminated in the Great Schism of 1054, which split Christianity into the Catholic Church in the West and the Orthodox Church in the East. Since then, relations between the two had been strained. The Fourth Crusade is a notorious example, when Crusaders sacked Constantinople in 1204 and established the Latin Empire of Constantinople, which lasted until 1261, when the Byzantines finally recaptured the city. The Ottomans skillfully exploited this lasting east-west divide, knowing that most Western powers would refuse to aid Constantinople. To conclude, let's look at the aftermath of the city's fall. The fall of Constantinople marked the end of the Byzantine Empire and the collapse of a Christian stronghold that long served as a buffer between Europe and the Islamic East. It opened the way for Ottoman expansion deep into the Balkans and Southeastern Europe. Constantinople became the new capital of the Ottoman Empire, remaining in its heart for more than 4 centuries. Today, as Istanbul, it is still the largest city of the empire's successor, modern Turkey.